Now, all these exercises I'm doing right now, I have done in other videos, and I've talked for a long time about each one. That backup, there's a whole half hour, 40-minute tape on just that, using the fence, position, everything. So if this is a little bit new to you, then go back and watch them. The idea of this tape is to put it all together, all the exercises that I use commonly, and getting it to work quickly. This stuff should not take you months and months and months of work. Once you understand it, your horse should be making changes within a week. This guy's been here 10 days and he's made huge changes. And there's no secret to it, there's no magic technique or trick that I use. I just about use the same stuff on every horse now. Well, we start at the same place, which is this. And then once they're up to a basic level, which is where Lewi is, then we start adding extra bits, the lateral work, the canter, taking him out faster, different areas. You can start adding jumping or whatever you want to do. But there's no point doing any of that until you have some basic things working. These are the basic things. So my horse should feel comfortable. Take a feel and stand still. Relax, Lewi. I don't want you to do anything, mate. Good boy. Now, I sink into my backup. Fantastic. Help him out a little bit of lower leg, jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. I'm not going to pull. Fantastic. Release a little bit. Nice. Into my position one, go forward. Little bit of leg, doof, doof, doof. He walks forward. And he doesn't push through my hand. That's nice. Now, one of the questions I get asked all the time is, does my leg move backwards or forwards when I want backwards or forwards? And the answer is simply no. My leg stays exactly where it is for just about everything. What changes is my body. This is me going forward. Lower leg says hustle, hustle, hustle. Hustle, hustle, hustle. There's my trot. Good. Now, we're going to come into our stop and our back up. And if you keep a close eye on my leg there, stop, back up, lower leg, jiggle, jiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It has not moved from where I started, hopefully, 1 iota. It's exactly the same place. I'm waiting for him to go straight, to stop. He keeps wanting to angle out somewhere. Come on, Lewi. There it is. Good boy. Okay. If you start pulling your leg back, it just puts your body out of position. Same if you start pushing your leg forward, particularly for backup, it pushes you out of balance. Now, there's nothing wrong if you need to help your horse out and sort of, get a bit of pressure right up and then the shoulder. That's fine. You're not going to wreck anything. But as patterns, as a habit, you want to try and be as balanced as you can, just straight up and down. And what I say to my students when I'm trying to explain it to them is, take your feet out of the stirrups, and as if you're going to literally stand up. Put your feet to the ground and stand up. That will get you into just about your perfect riding position. Now, if your stirrups are too short or too long, but particularly too short, you'll start to see, well, my foot's down here, and now my stirrup is about 2 inches above my foot. Because then now when I put my foot back in my stirrup, if it's too short, it pulls my knee forward. Pulls my knee forward, it's going to tip me forward. So part of this, to be really good, is to be balanced. Part of that is the correct length of your stirrup. Too long and it's very difficult to ride, but too short and it pushes you forward. This is a good working length for where I am, particularly horses that are a bit young and a bit green. When I'm riding Shiloh and I'm really working on my lateral work, I go longer again because I want to stretch my leg longer and longer and longer and wrap it around him. But when I'm working on these other horses that are a bit jumpy, get a bit loose, I like to come up just one hole. It just makes it a lot easier for me to keep my stirrups. So you play with it. Okay. Go forward. 2 legs, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Steer your horse intentionally. I picked up on those reins because he wanted to just go whoop, over there somewhere. No, we're going over here. So it's critical that you always set the path. I knew where I was going. I was going straight over here. You don't need to hold your reins super tight. If you simply point and say, we're going over here, Your horse should stay between your legs, between your reins. But I needed to pick up on my reins, so I did, to show him, to set the path. Okay, now the next exercise that needs to be just there to work is to be able to move their shoulders softly. Your horse needs to be this soft. And this, again, this is nothing special. This is where it needs to be, ground zero. If your reins can go short enough, if I was just holding the buckle, or the end of my reins like that, if I reach, let me come around again. If I reach down, step across, step across, step across, okay? There's no pull in this. Obviously, I'm in time with his foot. The footfalls. So again, if that's something new to you, then there's a video on that in here. Also, Steve has an entire DVD devoted to just footfalls.